Well, hello there guys, it's Kid Bombing here and welcome to my channel. As some of you quite recognise me as a video creator, and thank you for joining me on this brand new video. So, I'll be doing another reading video for you guys. Some of you have quite enjoyed it so far, since I have read previous Disney storybooks I've read. So, first of all, I'll be doing another reading out video for you guys. So, I've got Disney's Chicken Little. This is published by Disney Wonderful World of Reading. Some of you can't recognise this movie. That was a good movie. That was 2005. Before I do, I'm going to read this book by words from each page. So, are you ready? When I go read to you for story time? Excellent. My name is Chicken Little. I am the cute one with the glasses. I live in the Oakey Oaks with my dad and my best friends in the whole wide world. Runt, Abby and Fish. One day, I was sitting beneath the old oak tree when boink. Something wrecked me on the head. As I opened my eyes, I saw the strange thing. It looked like a piece of the sky. I didn't want anyone else to get hurt by pieces of falling sky, so I quickly spread the news. The sky's falling, the sky's falling. I warned the town, ringing a school bell. Soon, the whole town was in panic, but it turned out the sky wasn't falling off the wall. I had just made a mistake. At least, that's what my father told the whole town. When he tried to apologise, he said that I had been hit by the acorn. After that, everybody thought I was crazy. They called me the crazy little chicken. It made me really sad, and my father told me to stay out of sight. That was a worst part. I think he was embarrassed by me. Then I came up with a plan. If I could do something spectacular, everyone would remember me for that instead. So, I joined the baseball team. At first, I wasn't very good. In fact, I was terrible. But during the championship, I was somehow able to hit the home run. Can you believe it? One good smack with a bat was it all took. Wow. I became a star of the town. Everybody wanted to talk to me and be my friend. It was fantastic. Best of all, my dad was happier than I had seen him in a long time. I guess that pulls the whole sky is falling incident behind us once and for all. Hey kiddo, my dad said. Finally, my luck has changed. I was so happy. Later that night, I thanked the stars for my incredible luck, but perhaps I shouldn't have, because one particular star seemed to became bigger and bigger. Wham! It flew right into my forehead, knocking me to the floor. Ouch! Oh no, I thought. A piece of the sky? Not again. When I got a closer look, I noticed that the object didn't really look like a star. It looked more like some kind of panel. Then it did a strangest thing. It started to blend right into the floor. Instantly, I knew I had to get rid of it. No one wouldn't believe me this time, and it would be that crazy chicken all over again. Finally, I called my friends for help. I'm sure there's a simple, logical explanation, Abby said. I don't care what it is, I replied. I just wanted to gone for good and everything back to normal. Meanwhile, Fish actually thought the panel was interesting. When he noticed the button on the back, he pushed it. Suddenly, the panel began to shimmer and glow and shake. But that wasn't all. The panel rose into the air, and suddenly Fish hopped on top. Then the panel began to zip around the room. Fish seemed to enjoy the ride, but in a flash, the panel flew out to the window along the Fish. Abby and Runt and I chased the panel all the way to the baseball stadium, but the panel and Fish had vanished. Then right in front of our eyes, the giant spaceship appeared and landed on the field. It was unbelievable. The hatch opened and two tentacled creatures came out and disappeared into the field beyond. But Abby shook her head and pointed to the top of her spaceship. There was Fish, waving at us. So instead of running away, we bravely ran into the spaceship to rescue our friend. Inside the ship, I noticed a little orange furry thing. I didn't know what it was. I tried to wink at it, and it actually winked back. Hey, what are you doing? Called Abby. Come on. I raced down the hallway to join my friends. Luckily, we found Fish quite quickly, but just as we were about to leave the ship, we discovered a huge map of our solar system. Each planet was crossed out with a red X, except for one. Planet Earth was surrounded by the big red circle. We are next, I whispered. The aliens were obviously planning to invade Earth. Suddenly, we realized that the aliens had returned to the ship, and they were spotted us. Their eyes turned red. We had to run really fast, but the aliens chased us. The school bell, Abby cried suddenly. We have got to ring the school bell to warn everyone. We ran out of the alien spaceship and towards the bell tower, carefully avoiding the aliens' sharp, rotating blades. We didn't know that orange furry thing had jumped out of the spaceship too and was following us. Whenever I reached the tower, I had terrible memories of ringing that bell, but Oakey Oaks was in trouble, so once again I rang the bell. Ding dong. Lights come on through the town, and there was panic. There was panic in the streets. The townspeople gathered at the bell tower. My dad was there too. Come on, I shouted. Lead everyone to the stadium. But the spaceship was gone. It's an acorn fin all over it again. Someone grumbled. It was right there. I was trying to telling them with aliens who were here to invade Earth, but no one believed me, not even my dad. I was very sad. Abby, Runt and Fish tried to cheer me up, but it didn't help much. Then I heard someone crying. When I looked up, I saw a little orange furry thing from a spaceship. At first, I was a little scared and almost ran away. But Fish happily approached the creature and could actually understand what the furry thing was saying. Fish explained that the orange furry creature was just an alien baby. He had been left behind when the spaceship took off from the stadium. Now he was lost. But before we could do anything about it, a terrible rumbling filled the air. We looked at the sky and could hardly believe our eyes. A fleet of alien ships was attacking. Oakey Oaks, the alien baby, happily jumped up and down at the sight. He eagerly ran to his parents. For the third time, everyone in town panicked. But I knew it wasn't really an attack. The aliens just wanted to find their lost baby. Just then, my dad grabbed my arm. Get in the car. We've got to go. No, wait. He's actually just a rescue mission. I want to explain. I tried to explain what he asked. Forget it, I said. You wouldn't believe me anyway. He hadn't before, so why shouldn't he now? Instead, I chased the alien baby. I knew I could stop the attack if I could get him back to his parents, but first I had to catch him. Whoosh! A speeding car was heading straight for the alien baby, who was trying to cross the road. I jumped to his rescue, and barely avoiding the car, we slammed through the doors of the town movie theatre. My dad followed us inside. We've got to get out of here, he said. No, wait, just listen to me, I told him. I was angry, sad, as I turned to my dad. The words just flew out of my mouth. You're never there for me. I blurted out. What? My dad asked, confused. I mean, you were there when I won the big game, but not when I thought the sky fell, and not at the baseball field. It was relief to tell Dad how I truly felt. You have been ashamed of me since the acorn thing happened. I didn't realize, son, he began. I never meant to. The acorn in the sky. I mean? The whole? You're right. He finally admitted, I'm sorry. He hugged me really tight. It felt good, but we really didn't have time for that. I showed him the alien baby. I could tell he couldn't believe his eyes. But then he pulled himself together. Just tell me what you need me to do, my dad said. He was on my side now. Quickly, we ran towards City Hall. Where the big spaceship was hovering, we climbed the stairs and popped the lid of the dome of the building. Dad handed me the baby, and I lifted him up into the air. Here's your kid, I shouted. Then the spaceship sent out the bright beam and snapped up the baby and me and my dad. Suddenly, everything went dark. My dad and I were floating in some kind of chamber. The deep voice said, Why did you take our child? It was all an accident, I said. My dad tried to explain that it was an accident and we were just trying to return the baby. You have violated intergalactic law. That sounded bad. I was terrified. Suddenly, two other sets of eyes appeared. We heard the baby babble something. Then a soft female voice said, Honey, he's saying they are telling the truth. It was just a misunderstanding. Well, then this is awkward, huh? Answered a deep voice. A moment later, we landed on the floor of a spaceship. The aliens were called Mel and Tina. They took us outside where the alien troops were fixed in the town, putting everything back to normal. I cannot tell you how sorry we are for this whole misunderstanding. Mel told my dad, if I hadn't been there for your son there, we must have vaporized the planet, our planet. Soon it was time for aliens to leave. I'm sorry again, Mel said to my dad. But hey, I'm a dad. You know how it is with your kids when they need you. You do whatever it takes. My dad nodded. Then, as the alien family walked back towards their ship, the panel fell off the spaceship. Clank. There goes that panel again, Tina sighed. Every year we came here, this thing falls off. She pushed the button off the back of the panel, and it floated back up into the place. Dad and I smiled at each other. Maybe the sky didn't fall on me last year, but it definitely wasn't an acorn either. As the spaceship lifted off, my dad and I waved goodbye to the aliens. I had a feeling that everything was going to be alright. Now, do you believe me when I said that this story was actually true? Everything weird? Bit of it. The end. So, I hope you enjoyed this story about Disney's Chicken Little, which is inspired by original CGI animated 2005 film. Some of you are quite familiar with Chicken Little. So, since last year, we've celebrated a wonderful 100 years of Walt Disney Company. Behind the magical legacy of animation studios has been changed over time, way back in 1923. So, that's it for all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video when I read this Disney storybook. So, if you want to read next, just let me know in the comments down below. If you already have, but just subscribe to my channel and hit this bell notification. Don't miss out the future contents. That's really important. If you already have seen in an intro earlier, you can support my social links, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram and TikTok. I really appreciate you guys to support me. That means a lot to me. And okay, so I'm about to head off now, and I hope you enjoy your time, and please stay tuned for upcoming contents. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you soon.